Hey, everybody. Hey, Jules, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. So good to see you. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody. Thanks for coming. We see you. Jules, look in the
Yes.
chat or look in the comments. You'll see everybody that's there.
Oh, let's
We've
see.
got Dorothy, Laura, Lisa,
Oh, how
Elaine,
cool.
Sheila,
Right
Leslie,
on.
Glum.
Oh,
Yeah,
Danielle, girlfriend. Yay.
Rick.
Melanie. Yay.
Yes, Danielle. Oh, man,
Zach
look at it.
is,
We've got a
yeah,
lot.
Zach is here.
This is great.
This is fantastic. Oh my gosh, all this new technology stuff is like,
I know. Aren't we good?
we're so good. Like, I'm so proud of us.
I know. Me too. We didn't have any mistakes yet. Hey, there's Ann Butler.
And
Hi,
Butler,
Lamine, Debbie.
girlfriend. Oh my
Yes, good to
goodness,
see you
Lamine.
all.
Oh my heck, everyone is
I
in the
know.
house. Leslie,
Yep.
Lori. Oh my goodness, look at all the wonderful Eileen Jewel community peeps. I love it.
Yes,
Team K
I
and
know.
UK, rock on.
All right. Oh, Karen Gartland, are you still with Allison? And I can't remember who else. Hi, Hermie. Boy, but that's been a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, Tanya. Oh, good to see everybody. Okay.
Yeah, so awesome.
I know. So we are going to have fun today. I'm excited because I'm going to see, I have some questions for Jules because I am good with the weaving, but the finishing, I have some questions. And so I think some of you guys possibly might too. So yeah. I think we're going to do kind of Q&A. I'm going to do a Q&A with Juliana. I don't know if there's anything I can contribute, but
oh my heck,
I've done a couple little things. I don't know if I showed you this in our intro, but I did make a little.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yes,
and then
love
last
that.
night I finished it, made like a little notepad. So for all those journal makers out there, this is fun. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna do some of that today.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Glum, for putting up the link. No, Karen is home. Okay. Fun earrings, Jules. I know. And gee, where did you make them?
These are like some of my most favorite. So these were inspired by Dead Floors, who is a phenomenal jewelry designer. I've known her forever. And she came on and did these really cool, funky pom-pom type earrings. And then I was like, Mama needs some of those. And so I did my own version. But yeah, this is super, super simple. It's just weaving hemp cord. And my favorite is by Hemtique. They do a sustainable, beautiful product. They're here in California, family owned. So I love them. And then just a bunch of funky fibers that I got actually from Michael's. You know, I try to, you know, Joann's has a great selection. And if you're blessed to have a independently owned yarn type store, please spread the love to them as well. So no, they're just super fun.
And you made them on the little loom, the baby loom. Yeah?
What did I put these on? I'm assuming it was
a variety. But I bet you could, right?
No, on your loom all day. On your loom all day. Like, because here's the cool thing about you know, what I asked to happen on your loom, and that was that we have the beading grid. Now, this is not the Wisdom Warrior beading grid. And when I say those words, I'm referring to all these little tiny teeth, okay? These teeth, this grid, what you're looking at, what I'm pointing at, okay, is the same as the small Sunweaver loom. But it's perfect for beading. It's perfect for weaving. I wanted something that could go in either direction. So you could use your, you know, your beading thread like wildfire, or you could use what I'm going to use today is like this funky stuff from a skein that I got at Michael's. So I wanted your loom to be able to go in a few different directions. And then you can even see back here where the teeth get bigger. So if we want to advance into macrame cord, something that's thicker. So yeah, Mama, I gave you some versatility.
I didn't realize. I thought that was like to secure it, you know, like so it stayed nice and taut. That too.
Yeah. No, because see what you could do is like, say you wanted to use a thicker cord, right? And you
Right.
tied off like normal here,
Right.
you're just
Right.
gonna let the product lay on top of the
Okay.
beading.
Okay.
It just
Yeah.
will lay on top, but then
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
the big teeth. So there's
Well,
so
that's
many different things that we can continue to grow with the community with, like,
yeah. That's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to extend the length of your cord too. And could you actually just take it over the back if you wanted and lift it around? I mean, what's the difference?
I
You
mean,
don't
you
have
could
to
if
have
you hadn't.
those.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could do that. Just let me do a visual. Yes, because we have the platform right here, and then, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely could do that. So it'll just lay. Here's what's going to happen, and here's what we talk about with that, right? So
Okay.
just visualize that you tied off here, and then you
Right.
came up and over, and then you
Yeah.
come around here. Well, what's going to
Mhm.
happen is there's the space in between
Right.
that you get to go back and be creative with.
Right.
And because you can't keep beading, you could probably
Yeah.
keep weaving,
Yeah.
be a little bit more challenging to keep
Yeah.
beading,
To fit it.
but
Yeah.
that's the fun of the space in between. And we've been doing that since I introduced the weaving goddesses on jewelry television in 2019, because
Uh-huh.
we were weaving her, the large one, from the top to the bottom and all the way around, and she had a little gap, and I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
let's make
Ooh.
that symbolic to like the space in between, right? Like where I
Okay.
started, where I'm
Ah.
going, and where I end up. So I like telling little stories like that. Like my expression of art usually is connected to like some sort of life experience.
Yeah. Yep. I
And in
get it.
2019, they were coming on strong.
Quite a year.
What a
Well,
year.
we made it.
We made it. I'm
Yeah.
in one piece. Mama's in one piece. The
That's
versatility is
right.
amazing. Oh, thanks, Isabel.
Yes, two
That's so
looms
cool.
in one, Sheila says. That's
Yeah.
right. Hey, Sarah Lizzie. Hi,
Yeah.
Leanne. Oh, we have more people. Okay. Teach us
Yeah.
all the things, Tanya says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
So let's just do a summary of all the things we
Yeah.
can do. We can bead on it. We can weave on it. We can combine beading and weaving.
Mhm.
We can make book bindings. We can make jewelry. We
Yeah.
can make bookmarks. We can make
Yeah.
bracelets. We can
Yeah.
make, oh, cute. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's just stuff.
So cute. This looks like a little girl. It's a little skirt.
It's a little fairy.
Oh,
Actually, it'd be a pretty rad earring too.
wow.
Like a
You're
pinball.
great with the earrings.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Who's like getting compliments now?
Oh,
Right? I
necklace.
could do like,
Pendant. Yep.
yeah.
Yes, that could be
Who's
very
walking into
cool.
the room? I am. Who's walking into the
You.
room?
Oh, yeah. You are. You are. It's you. Okay. Dorothy, she emailed me a picture of her first imperfect piece. I didn't see it yet. No, I will look, Dorothy. Okay, perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Yes, we all want resources that gives lots of options. We
Yeah.
all want that. We all
Well,
want to do a million things with this.
and there are so many different things that you can do with the loom. So I think when we were talking about this before we went live, um, the construction of the loom is so
Right.
important. This loom
Yeah.
is made out of a sustainable Baltic birch right here in the US by a lovely family that has been designing and building the wood jewel looms, the designer looms, since 2019. So
Wow.
big shout out to Robert and Karen, because they take,
Yay.
what I birthed with the original jewel loom. And then from there, we've just been able to birth all these
Yeah.
different things.
Random.
And the construction, I mean, if you have one already, I hope you can tell like how sturdy this is. This is not one of those paper doll looms where people take a laser machine and some really thin, product, and then you punch it out and you stick it together. This is extremely sturdy. It's all assembled. You get it just like this in your cute little box, and they
Mhm.
always put like a little thank you sticker on it. And then the comb and the cute little needle, that it's a blunt needle, so it's not sharp or anything. And
Yeah.
again, everything's made out of the sustainable Baltic birch. super, super durable. I mean, you cannot, this thing is not bending, it's not
Oh yeah.
breaking. Yeah.
Oh, I had them in my suitcase and I took them all over the
You took
UK,
them
and then
all,
you're
yeah,
just fine.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you went to Europe with them.
Yep. Whole
So
suitcase.
amazing. So amazing. A full
Yeah.
suitcase.
Yeah. Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They're not there anymore.
They're not there anymore.
They have found their homes.
You definitely want to, Joan actually did a really good video, and we'll have to get that link up. I know she's not with us today, but somebody else in the Jewel Loom Facebook group found these men wax wipes.
Oh.
They were like,
Oh.
yeah, and so you can always, put a nice protective coating over the wood. And yeah, so because you just want to treat it with love and care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. This is a very, very good loom.
It is. We say so ourselves.
Yeah. And then what we also did for the consumers, customers, community users, weavers, we designed this top right here. So you'll see these top ends, I guess you could refer to them, and they've got like little, indentations on each side, and they're even on the bottom. So what we wanted to do was make it that when you tied off, it didn't slip off. It didn't like lift over. Because originally when we did the prototype, I think we had a sexy round curve.
Yes.
And I was like,
yeah, this is
I like
an
a sexy round. You have the sexy round curve.
I have that one, yeah.
That doesn't come like that anymore. It's very cute, but it's not as effective, efficient. Yeah. So this is what's shipping. Yeah. So this just helps you to start, you tie off up here and then it won't slip off. So yeah, so I personally think, and I know a lot of the Jewel Loom customers, and we've been getting rave reviews already from your community. It's a great loom. It's just beautiful. There's so much passion and love that goes into each one of them, which, by the way, they're not sitting around. We make them to order. And so, we do put up on the website that there's like this 7 to 10 day period of time. It usually happens quicker, but during a season where we're like producing a lot, we like to have that flexibility if we need it. But yeah, every one of them is made. And then Sheldon, who, he blesses each one of them as they get into their little boxes. And so, yeah, it's just, the Jewel Looms are so much more than a tool.
Right.
There's a lot of love, a lot of passion, a lot of stories, a lot of great things and great people. So, and I'm honored that you and I get to play together.
I am so excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good excuse for us to just talk and see each other again.
Yes, I know. You never know when things are going to come back around. So
I know. All right. Well, let's now Isabel is wondering, I know the loom is on Etsy, but will there be any other outlets in the UK for the Eileen and Juliana loom? Yes, we have them, Isabel, at Country View Crafts. And I know that they had 3 when I talked to Susan the other day, and she did ask if she could get more. So we're working on that. Okay. Yeah. But I don't know about other outlets. For now, we're happy to have one person over there selling them. And I'm very grateful to Susan. And she was my first stop on the trip, and it's great so that you don't have to pay the postage and the VAT, because that's a pain. So we will, work on getting her more supplies as we go. Okay.
Definitely. There's so many moving parts, and we're excited about all of them, and just really wanting to figure out how to service.
Right. Well, teaching classes and how do we do this? You know, all of that. So it's been really fun, and it's great experience to see how things work and keep things moving. And so anyway, I think we should get into this, don't you think?
Let's do it, Mama. Right. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's add these, and we'll put them. Whoops. All right, I've got it. Wait a minute. Let's see. How do I do this? I just want. All right. Well, but I see I can't remove
Whoops.
myself. How am I going to do this?
You can't remove yourself?
Well, I have to, because my main screen, like,
Feeds everything.
yeah, if I do that, then nobody can hear anything. That's not good.
So
Okay,
you
let's
just
see.
have to become the tiniest screen,
Yeah,
right?
how do I do that? I'm trying. I don't know how to switch it. Maybe I just put my, oh, there we
Hi,
go.
Rosalinda. I see
All right,
Rosalinda.
let's see. Let's take, I am not quite sure how to do this. Why don't we go to your screen first?
Okay. Yeah.
And you show us what you're thinking of doing.
Okay. Okay. So the loom right now is right in front of me. Okay.
Mhm.
And if I bring in my pointer, which is my finger, all
Right.
right, my tummy is this
Mhm.
direction. And then this would be towards my computer.
Okay.
And you could call this the left side and the right side.
All
And
right.
people do choose to work with their looms in this position. All right. But I work with it in an up and down
Ah,
position. And so
okay.
once again, if I take my pointer, all right, I'm pointing towards my
Mhm.
tummy. And if I go this way, I'm pointing towards the computer.
Yep.
And so you can work with a loom in any direction. It's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
So what you're going to have to, experiment, and you might end up working with it in both directions depending on what you're doing. And it's not a deal
Okay.
breaker. So I'm working just with this really fun, funky fiber that I got at the store.
Okay.
And I'm going to be building what's called my warp threads. And my warp
Mhm.
threads are the base of every project. So
Okay.
I'm going to bring that fiber underneath the one, it's kind of like a T-shaped tooth almost. It's got the
Yep.
little indentations. And then I'm just going to tie. And I always want the knot to be on the top. And the reason I want the knot to be on the top is that you don't want your warp threads to slip. And if you put the knot on the back side and there's any type of looseness,
Oh
your
yeah.
threads could get a little wonky. It's mostly important, that tip, when you're working with the original jewel loom, the blue one, but I have found that it's helpful for the wood looms as well. So I
Okay.
literally laid the product, the material, the fiber, if you were working with hemp cord or what have you, into the groove. This depth of groove, this width of groove is going to
Mhm.
accommodate just about a 1 millimeter type sized cord. Okay.
Okay.
If it won't go into there, then it'll just lay on top.
Okay.
Not a deal breaker. So I'm going to bring this down and I'm keeping the tautness, so I'm keeping it
Yep.
nice and tight.
Yep.
And then I'm going to bring it down. I take
Okay.
my left thumb, take my left thumb, and then I bring it around. Let me just show you the bottom here so you understand what just happened. I just wrapped
Yep.
it around that tooth. And in this situation, I am going to be, hold that thought. I'm pretty sure I forgot to take these out of the bag. I don't want to
Oh
let go. I think I just
yeah.
need to skip 2 grooves to accommodate that size bead.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. So 1, 2, lay it down in the third. Okay. And I'm coming back up here to the top, wrapping it around the tooth. And I just want to see if I can't show you. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get kind of funky here. Let's see. There we go. You see how I'm using my pointer here to like hold
Hold on.
onto the
Yeah.
back side, and then
Yep.
I gradually let go. And it's just the way that I work my fingers. You might find that you're able to manipulate the
No.
fiber a
I
little
have big fat fingers.
bit. You what?
I have big fat fingers, so no, I'm not able. You're doing good.
You're so cute. Okay,
I do
so
it like this.
again, now you always want one more warp than, like, say if I'm going to do 3 beads across, I want 4
Right.
warps.
Yep.
And that is what I'm going to be doing. So, and I don't have to use beads on this project. I do want to make that clear. Like, you don't have
Mhm.
to, but
Right.
it looks cool. So we're going
Yeah,
to.
I think people want to see you do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
go for
So
it.
again, just wrapping it around the back, using my thumb to hold it in place, bringing
Okay.
this and then letting it slip with my
Mhm.
thumb holding. And then I'm skipping those 2 grooves,
Yeah.
and then I'm coming back up. And 1, 2. Yeah, awesome sauce. So I've got my 4 warps. And again,
Okay.
these are my warps. My warps are going from the top to the bottom and back again. So this is your base of your project. And every project has warp threads that turn into the base of your project.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to think about how I want to end. I think I might do this, and then I might come over
Mhm.
here and then use these cool little things that Robert made.
Yep.
And I mean, listen, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tie off, okay,
Just keep
without
it tight.
losing,
Yeah.
yeah, without losing the tension. So
Yeah.
I don't have to do that. And I don't, it doesn't matter how you get there, just get there. So
Yeah.
I'm going to cut. Let me get my scissors. So I like to leave a tail, of about maybe 6
Yeah.
inches long.
Yeah. You
And
might need it.
yeah, and then I'm going to turn this around just for the camera, and so I can also see what the heck I'm doing. Love, love, love having a pair of flats on hand. My
Mhm.
flats act as my third hand when I can't get into these tiny
Ah.
little spots. And then
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
grab the product here. Oh my gosh, Marlon Brando is going to town on the snoring. It's not alive if there's not a Marlon Brando. He's like a staple on the Jewel Loom
Yeah.
lives.
Good.
So yeah, so I'm just trying to get a good anchor. And this time when I grab it, I'm going to go back through the loop, I think. Whoops. It's a
Are
little
you
more
going to
fun.
tie a
Yeah,
knot?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Wait, I just went around myself. Hold on. It's a little more, it's harder when you have this type of fiber because you're not sure what the heck you're grabbing.
Yeah.
So hold on. Bear
Very
with me.
fuzzy. Okay.
It's fuzzy, yeah.
You're fine. You're good.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's of course it's never, challenging when you're by yourself and you don't have a
Yeah.
camera on. I just want
Yep.
to make sure that's actually, I don't know. I think for giggles, I'm going to do this too.
Yeah. Why not?
Again, however you get here is how you do it.
Yeah.
You're just
I
trying
get it.
to
I
stay
get
off.
there with tape. I put tape on it, and I'm
Yeah,
good.
that's right. You are the tape girl. I totally
I
forgot
am.
about that. Okay. So, all right, let's get back in the camera. So, what I'm going to do next, I'm using the Jewel Loom needle for this. If
Okay.
you have other beading needles, you're more than welcome to use those. I like the Jewel Loom needle because it's long, and
Mhm.
my hands have done so much jewelry making and designing that it's really hard for me to hold that little needle anymore. So
Mhm.
what I'm going to do, I'm just going to attach the end of the beading thread.
And is that the wildfire?
Yep, this is Wildfire .006.
Okay.
And I'm going to come over here and grab my beads.
Okay.
Whoops. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do? I'm just going to make life easy and pick purples. Whoops. And so again, let's get this in the view here. Again, loom is in front of me, up and
Mhm.
down. This way is my belly. And this is my left hand. So the
Okay.
needle and the thread are in my left hand. And now what I'm
Oh.
going to do is I'm going to take them, and the needle is coming under the warps.
Okay.
The needle and thread are coming under the warps, and I'm transferring that to my right hand.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to pick up these 3 beads. So 1.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
What are
2.
those called?
These are some check glass beads. They've got like a, oh gosh, why did the term just leave me? The frosted color on
Yeah,
them.
that's what they
Yeah.
look like. Really pretty.
Okay, so I picked up the 3 beads
Mm-hmm.
and I let them fall all the way to the end, and now they're dangling
Okay.
underneath the warps. Remember, these are the warps.
Yep.
I'm going to bring in my left hand. I'm going to prop them up, and my pointer finger now is acting as like a resting area for the beads.
Yeah. Yep.
The needle and thread are in my right hand. And I'm going to go through the hole again, and the needle is going on top of the warps.
Yeah.
So do you see the silver? You see how the silver is shiny and it's
Yes.
laying on top of the warps.
Okay.
And when you're and when you are using fibers, you want to be really careful not to go through the fibers, or you're not going to have any
Then get stuck. Yeah.
room to move your project around. So then I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm just taking my time and guiding, and then I just want to make sure that it's nice and snug, but I'm not pulling so tight that I'm distorting, the warps, how nice and straight they are.
Right.
Okay. And then I'm going to go to the side. Yes, Marlon Brando saving his best. He's a Frenchie, and so he is saving his best snoring for everybody. So I'm just trying to get back underneath the warps. It's a little more challenging with fibers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get through it the best that I can. And all I'm doing here is just trying to lock in that first row so that it doesn't slip.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went through. So, it's kind of like a double stitch, I guess you could kind of think of it.
Yeah.
And then once again, going back through the top, and all is well in the world. Now, if I wanted to put more rows, I could, but what I really like doing is just, and I'll bring in this example. I just love having a row like down here on the bottom's a little bit better, where I can have some opportunity to play with, maybe some fringed legs. Again, it's just a nice way to lock everything in. So one of my favorite pieces, by the way. I had so much fun making this.
So cute.
Yeah, it's, it doesn't have to. So what I'm doing right now is I'm bringing the needle under the first warp, and I'm just going to just tie off. So I'm coming back through the loop. Yeah, just going to make a little knot. I just realized too that I don't have my wildfire burner on the table.
Oh. Yeah, it is tricky to cut it.
Yeah. So I'm going to just leave this piece a little long because I want to come in with my burner and sizz it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's my first row. And you can continue doing beading, or you can go into fiber weaving like I'm going to do now. And let's see. So I'm going to grab a piece. I've got a bunch of sari ribbon here. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to just start with like a, 12-inch piece or so.
Okay.
Now, you can certainly put this into the needle, or you could weave with your hand, whatever's most comfortable.
Okay.
Oops.
I like using the needle because I like to put it over and under the string. It just seems easier.
Yeah, whatever's, again, I think that weaving is full of a lot of tips and techniques, and every expression from there, every motion from there is just really what works for you. There's not like a ton of no-nos.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so what I usually do is I will take this end
Yes.
And then I just
Oh,
make
okay.
like a little loop,
Yeah.
and that's how I make my attachment. And then I just
Okay.
pull really carefully. So you see how that's kind of coming
Yeah.
together, and then it gets smaller.
Yeah.
And I don't ever cut off my ends until I know
Mhm.
that I don't want them to be a part of my design.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to scooch that a little tighter, and then we can kind of twist the story ribbon a little because it is a little wide. Some story ribbons are wider than others.
Yeah.
So we're coming under, over, under, and then we're just going to pull all the way through. And what's really fun is you can see how the weave is starting to express itself, right?
Yep.
So, maybe we're just real carefully now we'll bring in the comb and
Aw.
we'll scooch up, right? And then maybe
Yeah.
pull a little bit more and scooch up a little. And then look at how precious the weave is
It
turning.
looks like a little flower, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a little flower, like a
Ooh.
little, let me bring it up a hair.
Yeah.
They look like
Oh,
little
that's
kissy
so
lips
pretty.
too.
Yes.
And then, we'll just under over again. And we're just kind of, going back and forth and, just
Playing
be
with.
patient with this process because it's not, it's not a
Yeah.
race. It's really in these motions right here, you're really doing a lot of your artistic expression. I mean, look at how
Yeah.
I just, oh my heck, I can't.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
I really can't. Okay, I get excited.
That's why
So,
we do it.
yeah, so pretty. So yeah, so just, you're kind of walking it up and then you're
Mm.
pulling a little to see what makes sense. Oh, this is really a really
Yeah.
pretty
I love,
pattern right here. I
I
think
love the fibers, the sari silk, and the
mhm,
all of it that you picked is just so pretty together.
yeah, it really came out really nice. I love that a lot. Okay, so I think at this point I like this little patch. I
Hmm.
like its expression. I like how it flowed. I like the thickness of it, like I'm liking what I'm seeing. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to tie it off just like I did on the other side.
Okay.
And again, I don't cut anything until the very
Yeah.
end because you just never know. Like I
Right.
could go back and I could hand sew some sequins
Something
or
on there.
beads,
Yeah.
there's such an opportunity.
Hmm.
So we'll just kind of, yep, awesome. So
Okay.
now I've got some really pretty fibers. Let me see. I've got this really
Oh,
gorgeous hot pink.
wow.
Um, I've got a little bit of this really beautiful blue. I kind of want to,
Mm.
yeah. So I think I'll do a little bit of the pink. Now, when
Yeah.
you're working with the raw roving,
Yeah.
so you could, when you have a piece that looks like this, typically people then will put it on a spinning tool, and then it spins
Mhm.
into yarn. But
Right.
I like weaving with it. And so what I'll do is very carefully, I'll separate it.
Hmm.
So, we'll take like a pinch here, and then just kind of clean up the end there.
Hmm.
What's going on over here?
They're
Whoops.
so pretty.
Sorry.
Glum
Um,
says if you're making something to put on a box or a book, you don't have to do a lot of finishing because you can glue your ends to the back and never see them again.
there you go.
That's right.
So with this one, I'm going
Okay.
to use my hand just so you can see that
Okay.
that's an option. So I went on,
Hmm.
just the same motion of going under
Okay.
and over, and a little bit more, not tricky, but when you want to
Yeah, it's just a
tie
bunch
this
of
in, you got to just be a little
pieces.
bit more patient because you're working with
Yeah.
something that's kind of a lot more delicate.
Yeah.
So I will also just, you could put like a little dab of glue. I love Sizzix. What is that darn glue I got turned on to at the show?
Yeah, the effects.
Yeah. So this is kind of fun. I didn't mean to make a little loop, but its tail got into the knot, and I think that's kind of cool. So I'll
like
probably
a little
be leaving
ponytail.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
So then again, just coming under and over. So much of working with the fibers is just expression, like it's yours. It's how it becomes personal.
Yeah.
So this will be a little tighter. This will look different than the sari ribbon because it's thinner.
Yeah.
So you're going to have like a different type of look. And the comb is basically what you've been seeing me, use it for. It's to help, move all of the pieces up carefully. And then you can see how the weave is starting to appear. Yeah, super pretty. Yeah, I don't think that's going to stay a loop.
It's not meant to be.
Had good intention.
It's wispy. That's all right.
It's wispy. Yeah, that's a fun thing about all these projects.
All right, everybody's saying hi. There's Chris Collins, Jenny. Jenny is saying that it helps with anxiety, and I believe that because it is so. Once you get going on a trend, it's like, oh, I just have to finish this. I just have to do this row. It just feels good. You accomplish something, and it's pretty, and
yes, it's my whole thing from day one back in, well, when I first learned back in the late 1900s.
Oh,
yes, that was for Sarah. That one was for Sarah. I've always felt that it just had like this healing, soulful, the dance of it all. It's why I love it. I love. Now, if you get, let's see if I'm going to be successful. And I definitely, like I said, with the fibers, I like to use a little bit of glue. So it's just a little harder to get secured.
Well, it separates.
So I'm just going to leave that one there for now until I can.
Could you weave it under maybe, or somehow cover it?
I feel like I can still do one more. So I'm going to come over there. And then I'll just do a twisty doodle, and then
there you go.
And I'll get some glue and some beautifulness.
That looks nice.
So so very quickly you can see how these start to take shape. By all means, if I wanted to put another row of beads right here, I could. In fact, for poops and giggles, let's just do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so again, just tying a little knot, and then we're going to transfer over to the left hand. Let's use a different group of beads. Let's see. We'll get those dark blue ones. Those are really pretty. Coming over here to the right. I don't know why I'm working on the edge. Do you ever find yourself like, why am I working on the edge? I have like 6 feet of table.
All this room. I know.
Ah, so funny. I'm going to scooch these over. Brando likes to find them, and then he puts them in his mouth and he throws them up in the air, which is not always safe. So once again, just nestling those up, using my pointer finger as a resting area, and then taking the needle, going back through the hole, making sure I'm on top of the warps, and then all the way out. And then I'm just going to go through the back side the best that I can. When you don't have all these fibers, it's a little easier.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We'll get there.
Leslie had a question. She said, what if one took the fire thread and knotted it around the end of the fibers to hold in place? Like, I guess the pink?
Whoops, sorry. Keep falling off the
Like,
table here. I'm not sure that I understand. So I did make a little knot right here.
Mm-hmm.
But what is she?
I think she meant with the pink. I think. I'm not sure. Let us know, Leslie, which fibers you're thinking.
Yeah, which,
like to kind of tuck it in. I guess once you're down there, pulling it one way, could you tuck it in?
Yeah, what I have done in the past is kind of, I'll go back in and try to
pull it through. Yeah. I bet a crochet hook.
Yeah. Or even the other end of the needle would probably be fine too. So.
Right. Poke it. Yes, that's pretty.
So yeah, so just another row of fun beads.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I do here? Almost fun, except for I just got, hold on. I just took speaking of the fibers. I'm going to scooch that bad boy.
That would have worked though.
Yeah, let me see.
She said, yes, if the knot before beading was knotted over that one end of the pink fiber before you start adding beads. Oh, okay. Yeah.
What is she? Okay.
She means like if you just tucked it in and then left it there, so it was kind of under. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just think too, though, that you would still want to put you'd still want to put, the thing is I can't see, dang it. Yeah, so just make an, ow. Okay, yeah. So what I'll probably do is just like I originally thought, I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of white glue there.
Yeah.
And you can certainly
back in.
Yeah, do a little tucky.
Okay.
I'm already feeling like this is going to be trimmed. Okay. So I'm going to do that because it's bugging me.
Yeah.
I want to kind of see now like what my project.
Yeah, how it's coming together.
Okay, so I want to just do one more row of probably some sari, and I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I've got this darker purple. It's kind of sexy.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's just do, let's just do a few.
Diane said, could you thread tiny buttons across?
Like, you mean instead of the beads?
I'm not sure what she means. I guess if you had your thread, if you were using the wildfire, you could put them through the loops of the, the little holes of the buttons. And Sheila said the pink bit looks a bit like pomegranate seeds. And Jenny agreed with her.
Yeah, I'm just a really big fan of like, if it comes to your thought process, try it.
Give it a try.
Like, just try it.
I think that would work. Why not?
Yeah, and you can
I'm
always
not sure how they would lay, but
yeah, because they would lay side to side.
They might, but then if you had fibers on either side, maybe you could position them and they'd stay. But who knows? I mean, can't hurt to try, right?
Right. A lot of this is just that. A lot of this is it's like I said, I love just teaching the basic techniques and a little tricks here and there, and then letting you, especially with the fibers, I just feel like it's endless possibilities, and I just grab my cord.
Yeah, don't need that woven in.
I don't need that woven in.
And Glum just said after you've finished, you can add extra things too. Just sew them on. Buttons, charms, or embroider the weaving. In fact, I was thinking about doing that on this one that I'm working on. I just thought, I'm taking that to the sewing machine and I'm just going to stitch the bottom of it, So, and who's going to care, It's your thing. So
I think we have to remember that, there's all these different levels of art expression, right? Like in beadwork, there's some beadwork that just blows my mind. These folks have beaded masterpieces and they take a long time and they're you know, they're absolutely intricate, and they're using these tiny, beautiful little seed beads, and there's space for that. And then there's space for, you know, the freedom of taking fibers and weaving with them, and expressing yourself in this way. And I'm a big teacher of you do you, boo.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you some of the things, and then I'm never going to be the person to tell you that something is wrong. Well, I don't mean wrong, but you know, like if you did a technique that's really not going to benefit you, then I would say, hey, you know, loosen up maybe on your tension. Like, don't pull so tight. But your actual piece, I'm not the person that tells people that your piece sucks.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're making it for yourself or for a gift or whatever, and you know, nobody else is the judge of what you like. So
that's right.
There's Robert. He said hi.
Aw.
Oh, he made you and Karen tear up there, Jules. He loved making them. He's blessed to be part of this community. Oh, the best part is seeing what everyone makes. I agree, Robert.
Yes.
Someday I have to meet you, Robert. Thank you for making me. You're beautiful.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And Carol McDonald is here. She says, hi, everyone. First time here, a new subscriber. Barbara said, how about buttons with shanks? I think that's a good idea because those would sit nicely. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And those will go on the top. Is Danielle still here? Yeah. Danielle, honey, are you still here? Danielle Wicks.
I don't.
Danielle's really, you don't see her?
I don't, but she might have said something earlier and I don't see it.
So Danielle has done some projects where she has sewn the buttons onto the bed and then use that as part of the closure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you could just make a loop. Yeah, I know. I feel Joan knows where the the URLs are for all of these videos I'm mentioning, but she's not with us right now. She has Fridays for her hubby.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to end it off with another row of beads.
Yeah.
Now I could keep weaving this. I mean, I definitely have space, you know, but I just kind of want to get to talk about different closures and stuff like that.
Yes, that would be good because I know that's what I'm interested in, and I know that a lot of people in the group have been asking about it too. So
yeah,
that would be helpful. I love that repeating color and pattern, you know, throughout the piece. It's just pretty. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's really going hard right now with his snores. The funny thing is, now maybe I just don't hear it at night, but he sleeps with me, and I don't. He doesn't snore like that. Well, so it's funny that relaxed. Okay. Yes, he's relaxed. All right. Okay. So at this point, if we wanted, you know, like we could bring in, like I did over here. This is a good example. I just went back in and sewed, hand sewed all of these beads on top of the project.
Okay.
So you can certainly do that. You can go back and add your buttons, add your beads, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of, you know, and these are like a bag of check beads. And so you can, you can use glass beads. You can use whatever beads you have on
whatever
hand.
You have.
So what I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to take this thing off.
And what are you thinking? Do you have a vision for what it might be?
Well, no.
Thank you, because I love it. But you know what I was thinking?
No, I haven't. Well, I know what I wanted to speak to.
Okay.
I know what I wanted to speak to. Let me do that.
Yeah. Do your thing. All right.
And then.
Because what I was thinking is you could just use that as an art piece on the front of a journal. Like
Yes.
glue it onto the front and just say, this is a piece of art. And
Yes.
I want my book to be about this. And maybe you use the book to keep track of your fibers, or you put little envelopes inside and you have, project kits, and, there's all kinds of stuff. Zach says a bookmarker. That's true. That would be good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did with this other one.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I do want to show you is we had spoke to you. How do we take a piece like this? Because let's talk about it. The length of the Eileen loom is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 6 inches, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We have like 5, like just about 6 inches.
Yeah.
Which theoretically, even if you have a 6-inch wrist, it's going to be very hard to say if you wanted to do this as a bracelet. Say you wanted to take one of your boxes, make one of your die boxes, and you wanted to put a gift in there that was handmade. Okay. So, this could be so many different things. So many different things. But if you wanted to use it as a bracelet, this is what I wanted to show you. So we'll take the ends, and these 2 warps were in there, they were looped. So we got to spread those. Okay. And because I put the beads on the top and the bottom, don't really feel like I need to make knots right here. Although I could, for giggles, if it made you feel better. And what I mean by that is I literally could just come over here and do that. Yeah. And I could come over here and I could do the same thing. I
would feel like it wouldn't come apart if I did that. I would feel better.
You could do that. Whatever makes you feel good. So, all right. And then to just give you added security, I'm going to go.
Double knot if you're doing it. What the heck?
So if I wanted this to be a bracelet, obviously, if I lay this on my hand right now.
Right.
Whoops, that's the back. Okay, so obviously this would be really, it's too short. Yeah. So the way you can extend the warps this is one way where I could, okay, come on guys. So there's 2 and there's 2, okay? Yeah. I could come over here and I could, what do I want to use? I want to use, here's some sari ribbon.
Okay.
So I'm going to unravel this and I could come over here and then I could put this on the top, right? So now it's you could even say you got this to come apart. So you could bunch all of this up. Might be a little challenging because we just got a lot of wiggleness, right? We just got lots of fiber that has a personality. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some artistic wire.
Oh.
And I'm going to, this is 22, but I think you can get away with 24, which is thinner.
Right.
So I'm just going to cut a piece 12 inches long or so. And so what you could do is you could just come in here and make this little handmade or hand.
Wrap it?
Yeah, wrap it.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the wire and then I'm going to grab it as best as I can. And I got to make sure everybody is here. So the goal is to just make a really tight coil.
Okay.
And you see how that's coming together?
Yeah. Yep.
So you could do this to all 4 ends and now you would have longer warps so that you could actually have a bracelet.
Wow.
With a loom that's not exactly designed to make bracelets.
Right. I like it.
Yeah, it's just another fun way to use the loom so that you have all of these different, you could see the value that it presents, right? Like there's just a lot.
Yeah.
You could do the earrings that are on my ears. You can make those.
Yes.
You can do a pendant. You can do typical jewelry making things, or you can focus on your paper crafting embellishments.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever. So I'm just kind of doing this free for all, like wrapping the wire around and around. You know, I could have done it a little better, but I'm not going to beat myself up right now.
Yeah.
Just
it
do
doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me.
It isn't perfect, but it doesn't bother you.
Yeah, I just can't.
Look on the needle.
Yeah. So then we would just cut that, you know, off. Use the flat side of your wire cutters, and then you always want to put your hand over the cut so that it doesn't fly back into your eye. So now, you know, I've got like this extended warp. So as I continue to do that, ultimately my warps get longer, and now I can use it as a bracelet if I wanted to have. And by all means, if I was going to make this into a bracelet, I probably would love to sew some random beads in here and there just to kind of give it a little bit more wow. But yeah, so you would just do that, you know, and again, just, you know, leave a length so that until you know, and then you would just do the same thing on the other side. So you see how I'm just like pinching these three pieces together.
Yeah.
Add the length. Okay. And it is a very mixed media.
Yeah.
Won't it slide out? No.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
She's asking, sir?
I think so. Well,
back in the 1700s, when we didn't have artistic wire,
good supplies.
Yeah, no, I have bracelets like this, and it's another good reason why we did the knots, because you do want to be conscious of the fact that your warps are like going up and down, right? So you don't want them to slide out. So I think that's what Sarah's saying.
Yes, I think so.
I'm going to read her mind and go with it. What did she say? Oh my God, we are
time traveling now.
You started it, girl. No, wait, I did.
You did.
I did with the 1900s. So, yeah, so there's just, I don't know if I need another piece. Let me see if I can't maneuver with this piece. It's kind of short, but.
Yeah, because see, I get that, but then it's still, for me, yeah, you know, then what? I have these long strings, and how do they attach to the other end?
Well, because you have to do them on all four ends. You have to extend.
Okay. And then you would tie it?
Well,
or?
I'm going to, hold on. I might correct myself. Okay. Hold on. Because every project is going to be
its own.
I might not have to. Let me see for giggles what's going to happen here. Let me do this. Okay. Because we're kind of like doing a fly. On the fly? Is that what it's called?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely on the fly.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, be really careful with these tiny pieces.
All right, Sheila, we'll see you later. All right, Glum says you can also tie the warps to wire rings and then to a piece of chain, a clasp, etc. Yes.
Okay.
See, that was kind of what I was thinking, like before you start, would there be a way to gather all those loops at the end so that when you're done, you just unhook it and then you've already got something built in to connect?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking
we did that with the silver silk. Like for instance, let me bring in this big button. So yeah, like so when we did a project on the silver silk loom where we took Neelay's silver silk chain and we threaded it through. So let me see what I can do for giggles. I don't know that this is a little thick. Yeah, that's a little too thick.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can, you know, like let's just pretend the wire is. So we took the silver silk chain and we went up and back. But this was only when we were doing 2 warps, okay? So we didn't ever really perfect how would we do.
4 or.
So let me see if I can. Okay, and then let me bring the loom back in. So we had this resting on the teeth, right? So we took the,
Okay.
yeah. And
Interesting.
actually, I apologize. We had the button resting on the back of the teeth.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can bring your, your warp product. And I want you to be really careful if you choose to use wire on this loom, because you just need to, you can do it, but I want you to be careful. So you see that you can do that. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of has a built-in closure. I like that idea.
So you are going to have a little bit of a gap right here, but this is where you can pinch it together.
Or you could tie more fibers or twist it, or
So we did do that with the silver silk loom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that seems easier to me than tying everything and
but that's so we have to always go back to the loom was originally designed to literally accommodate a paper crafting project, not jewelry making. But if you want to do that, then I think it's important to know that you can, because it's
me too.
So you can do those things. So what I was kind of thinking over here, I'm going to see if I can make this work. I was thinking I would take, of course I had to weave or warp with the most funky stuff.
Yeah, but it's so pretty.
So what we could do, if this will work.
Yeah.
So see, we could, we could get this to, I got a knot right here, so that's going to have to come out.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I mean,
see, sometimes on books, we don't have that much room. You know what I mean? Like, you want to kind of, you have to end it somehow. And that's where I'm having my questions. And I don't know.
Well, it sounds like we're,
well, that gives a solution. Or, if that was the top of the book, you could put like a little charm on the end that could dangle down, and that would like look more finished. Yeah, that's cute.
So, you can, and because this is wood, you can definitely color it in with your pencils or paint it, with the vintage. We just say kind of stay away from really heavy watercolors, because, I would probably put like a little glue there. But now what we could do is put it on my wrist, and then we can come around like this.
That around. Yeah.
Create,
Yes.
We could do all kinds of things. We can.
Yeah.
We could create a loop right here, and then that would just slide over. And the way that we would create a loop is we would come back, and then we could tie. I mean, it's a very boho vintage, mixed media type of look. It's not clean by any means. So I'm going to leave that a little loose to see if that works.
All right. Glum is saying, the last row of your weaving can be a little knot around each warp thread, which gives you kind of bound off edge. Yes, that's true. And you can attach anything you like to. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So, and if you have a decorative button like this, then,
yeah, that could be the focal point,
So, again, we birthed this to accommodate the idea with the paper crafting, but I think it's a good idea. It's always great to know that you could do some other things like in the jewelry world that are fun and funky. But think what I'm hearing is that when we're together in July,
Yes.
we need to just definitely get down and dirty.
Yeah. And do some
And we
stuff.
need to really think about, I mean, we had a little time in Texas, but not really. Like
Yeah.
we were all so
Yeah.
super
It was,
busy.
well, we were doing the event and it was a lot,
Yeah, it was
teaching and
it was a lot. So
yeah.
you know, it's but you know, it's just a technique. Here's a tip, here's an idea.
Yeah. Those are
And
so helpful.
if you
That
have
just
yeah,
opens, just the thought of using the wire to wrap things to hold them together. I mean,
yeah,
that I just wouldn't have done that.
yeah,
And just the giving permission to try stuff and see what happens and, not having to make it be perfect and, all of those
yeah,
things are really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to bring me back up.
Yes. Let me, yeah, there you go.
And the way that I finished this is another so I don't know if you could tell,
Yeah.
but this is a ribbon crimp. Okay.
Yes.
And so all you would do is take the end of your project and then
Right.
you would add the ribbon crimp onto it.
Okay.
So that's another way to think about. And then this, instead of a fish hook, this could be a jump ring and some gorgeous
Right.
chain, a charm or what have you, and then to add to your to the side of your journal.
Right. Like a lobster clasp or a bulb pin to attach it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're adorable. I mean, I could see that on a journal,
Yeah, no, there's endless possibilities.
Yes, I know.
Endless possibilities.
So cool.
Where's my journal?
Let me ask you. Let me put my thing up here. Oh, let me see. What's that? Your book?
This is the one that I did do at BellaCon.
Yes,
This is the one, that I did. And then I've got some seed beads woven into the top here just to kind of finish it. I did end up gluing this one on.
Okay.
But I also did a little beaded deliciousness.
Yes.
Very
pretty.
Yeah, on the little scalloped edge here of your journal die.
Yep. That's card caddy. Yes.
Yeah. This is the card caddy. Yeah, I know.
But it's a book. Yeah.
That's a whole day.
I know.
That's a whole day with you.
I know. I just, there's so much, and it's like a new thing to explore, and I usually just do what I think, I usually just try stuff, but because it's something that I'm not quite comfortable with, I think this is really good to see how you do it. Okay, let me ask you, I'm just going to put it on my little camera here. Okay.
Yeah, and
all right, my question is, and what I kind of thought was, this is actually, I wanted to show you guys, we have
That's gorgeous.
This is a kit. I found some really cool yarn.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So we put together a kit, and it comes with a spool of thread, a bag of beads, and 24 yards of fibers. So that's what I was working with. Now, I did use different beads. And what I learned from this is that's the wrong size.
Can you just, Eileen, clarify too that what you just showed as a kit comes when they purchase the loom in your Etsy shop, not on Jewel Loom. It's separate.
That's a separate one. Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to make sure they know they don't get what you just showed from the Jewel Loom shop.
That's a separate thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I did basically was I took my thread, yarn, whatever this stuff is, really cool. Doesn't it look, it's got like gold.
I love that. Yes, I love that. I think I have some in the back. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And then I found some coordinating. I tend to match too much, which, but I just was playing with it. And in the process, I I think I did the beads first, and then I squished it in because it just seemed to do that, and that made me mad.
Okay.
But, I could add more beads. I don't know what
Yeah.
this is gonna be. I was kind of thinking a bookmark,
Yeah.
and then I started thinking maybe I should kind of point up here and just so that it comes to like one bead in the middle. So,
Okay.
do 2 rows of this, 2 rows of 3, and 2 rows of 1 that
Okay.
would, give it a shape,
Yeah.
and then add some kind of like tassel or something at the end,
Yeah.
possibly out of this, even just gathering these together and
Yes.
letting these threads and then knotting it maybe and just having that be the end of it. And then down here, I had cut some more to extend this, but I don't know if I need it for bookmark. I don't know. I
Can
have
I
all these questions.
can I interject one little thing?
Yes, please.
So you can if
Let me
the whole what's that?
No,
If
you're up here now. Yeah.
if the whole of your bead
Right.
matches the
The string.
thickness of
Yeah.
your weaving string, you could put your beads onto your warp threads, pre-string them.
Right. I'm not sure. Well, let me try.
So now your beads are on your warps, and now you're laying your warps down. It's a cool thing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
The
And
other way. Okay.
I think we have a video on that. Joan, I think I just saw
Okay.
that Joan did peek in here, but I don't know.
That would be cool.
But it would be cool for what I think I hear you.
Fit.
What's that?
Yeah. They're not going to fit on this.
No,
It would drive me
the whole of your
insane.
bead has to equal, it has to be able to slide onto the warp material.
Whole.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
so you would load them on
Yep.
as you string the warps. Yeah. Okay. That would be cool.
Yeah. I would put all the beads onto my warp thread. So just say 0.5 millimeter hemp cord. And then I would string my beads like probably a fire polish bead might have a big enough hole to go through that.
Okay.
And then you would, as you're warping, you just scoot your beads where you want them. It's a really rad look. Like it's so cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's neat. Now, let me ask my folks that are in the chat what questions you have for Juliana, because I probably don't know. But I did want to show. See, I want
to let's get back to your project.
All right. Well, I just want to show the one that I think did come out cool, but at the same time.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah, I like the colors and I liked, how the book came out. My thing was at the top. And the other thing that I noticed was on my loom, I had to make sure that exactly the number of beads that I needed. I had to have just the exact number of rows to make it fit on here. Otherwise, it was sticking up. So I counted them. There's like 36 rows. So, or 32 maybe. I can't remember. It's going to depend on the, the width of the book, the length of the book and the width of the book. Anissa, you can get this loom on Juliana's site on jewelloom.com or Eileen Hull Etsy shop in my Etsy store. So this is really cool and I love doing this. I put a little bit of lace under here and I used it was zip dry glue. Okay. And I just took it out of my thing with a skewer and I just blobbed it all on there. I didn't even, try to squeeze it. I just gooked it up really good, stuck it on, put some wax paper on top and then a book so it, all had good contact. And I'm happy with it. The only thing is up here, I don't know if you can see. Yeah. But it just looks kind of unfinished. You really don't notice it. But that's what I wasn't sure how to end it.
Okay. So I've got things coming to my mind. So just bear with me.
Good. Do it.
If you warped the front and the back of the loom, and the front had all the beads on it, then the back would just be these long warps. And if the warps were done with a pretty type of like thin ribbon,
Yeah.
then they would
At
be
the
the little,
end.
they would be the ribbon bookmarks that go into the little book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you mean. Like the length of it. Yeah. Okay.
Like, I mean, that's just one
Like the
thing.
ones that were left over would go in here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they would be, and if you couldn't figure out how to, if you couldn't find a ribbon to work with that would accommodate what you just did, but I think you could, you know, you could use the technique that I just showed where you were literally wrapping the wire
Right.
around the warps.
Yep.
And now all this pretty ribbon is like on, like when you use, when you have all the ribbon that comes with a book and you're keeping your place, right?
Right.
I don't know. There's just, there's so many
no, I mean,
things
it
that
could
could
just
be
wrap
done.
over into the spine of the book. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And then they're just these
even,
gorgeous, and you could
if you had long enough ones, you could, you would have separate ones that could do multiple pages too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You would have as many as you would have warps because that's
right. Yeah.
And then if you wanted, you could get a big pony bead and then you could string the pony bead on and then make a knot. And now you've also got a decorative, they become decorative.
Oh, for the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tied
So you got,
like
you
a
got
weight
like
or a little charm. They could even hang down, they could hang down. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Joan says, here is an example of putting beads on the warps tutorial.
Thank you, Joan.
She's a genius.
That's cool. All right. Wait, I'm going to put it to you.
She knows that.
All right. That's really cool. Thanks,
Joan.
All right. I have a lot of ideas now. Thank you.
Robert loves the, oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think we could get rid of our overheads.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's very cool.
Yeah. I think when the biggest thing that I always tell people is like, get comfortable with your warps. Like the warps are your most important part of your project because they need to be taught. They need, your base needs to be sturdy so that it holds the bed of whatever you're going to do. So that's always, that whole motion is, I say, get that down. And then from there, play around with the beads, play around with fibers, play around, get it off of the loom and then look at it and be like, I had absolutely no direction on this project until I did it. And then it turned into a caterpillar. Like, remember the other pieces I did for BellaCon? I ended up making a butterfly and a caterpillar. And
they were so cute.
And it was just this expression that was coming out of nowhere with no
3D. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah.
So I just would encourage you to always give yourself permission to have the freedom to explore. There's always room for those projects where you're like, but I want this to be, meticulous and perfect. And that's great. That's great. Knock your socks off. Do that too. But always give yourself permission to just kind of play. Yeah. And see what works.
And what doesn't work. And just learn from it. And like everything else and see what else you can make it into.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, but I would, but you've got, so we both have the loom in our shops, but in your Etsy shop, they can also get your dies. They can get the things that actually end up making
the base. This is a die. So this is called the Notebook. This is a new release that came out, really handy and fun.
I love that little one. I have to get it. I can't believe I don't have a machine. I mean, having been the Sizzix babe for so many years.
I know. All right. When we come to California, When I get out there, we'll have to hook you up. All right.
Hook a ex-Sizzix girl up.
That's right. I will. Well, I have a bunch of them for teaching, so let me look around, see what I have.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You need something. You need some little books so you could make fun little spines and bookmarks.
Yeah, because I mean, it's so funny. I mean, I used to do that all the time. Like, but that was my jam. You know, I, like you, was going all over the world, like doing the Sizzix tie thing, and you know, and then was really heavy into artistic wire, and then these looms were just like busting at the seams to be birthed, and so,
well, here they are.
Yeah, and here we are, full circle. So it's really,
I know.
Cool. It's so cool. Yeah. It's really great. Yeah. Yes. It's fun to express yourself. I feel like creativity is so key to so many things, whether you're making crafts or whether you're canning, sewing,
whatever it is you do, sewing, stitching,
whatever. Gardening, you know, like anything. I think sometimes just the fact that you can get dressed in the morning.
Yes, for me, yes.
It's creativity. I mean, because look at the little kids. Oh my God, Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
He would wear those damn rain boots, the Uggs, be in the middle of Wisconsin freezing, and the kid would come out with shorts and
oh well.
But I was like, you do you, boo. You do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me look over here and see if for using up sari silk, always loads left over. Oh, did you guys ever name the Eileen loom? We did not.
We did not.
You know, we were going to have a contest. We still need to do that.
I know. Well, you're a busy girl.
You're like, came up with Julene. The Julene loom.
The Julene.
Because it's a combination of our names.
It's our celebrity name.
Our celebrity.
It's our celebrity name, Julene.
Yeah. Julene, that's true.
And a butterfly is flying out the window, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. There's Kaylin. Oh, there's Robert. Oh, thanks for putting up the link, Robert. And there's Isabel. Thanks for the tips. Juliana for how to hold the beads in place. Yeah, this is good. You know what? I think we should do this more.
Yeah. And if you give me specifics, then I'm more than happy to do specifics.
Okay. That might be good. That would be good because this is a good primer. Like you showed us how to warp it, how to, you know, thread, how to do all those things, which is a good place to start.
We gotta start at the beginning.
Yeah. So if maybe next time we come up with a project, or maybe we each start with the same thing and we each make this, you know,
our version,
something with what we have. Yeah. And maybe it's something that the group gets together too, and we all do it and post it in our groups or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That would be a great time. People are saying, please come back together.
Oh, good. Oh,
we're
good.
Baby mamas. Yeah. We're baby mamas. You can't separate us now.
Yeah, we have to. Maybe when we get together in California.
Oh, we could broadcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good. All right.
Okay. I better talk to
yes. This is a replay, Pam. You can go back and watch.
Kaylin says, Jules, I grew up in Wisconsin, so shorts in the winter are forwards. It's so funny. Yeah, we lived there for about 14 months. It was a California girl in Wisconsin. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
I was like, what is happening? It was the best. It was a great experience. I learned so much about life that I never lived in the Midwest, and all of a sudden here I was in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
Oh, I love that place. It's all pretty.
Oh, I fell in love with the Pack when I lived there. You know, the Packers. That was my
I
was there when they won the Super Bowl. So that was Brett Favre, Reggie White. That was old school Packer time. So anyway, football. Hold my beer.
All right. Well, if we don't have any questions, I think go Packers. Damn right.
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it? 3:30. Oh man, we've been done for an hour and a half. Okay. I think that's good. If you guys want to see the replay, now Jules was streaming to her 2 sites, right? To YouTube and to Facebook.
The Jewel Loom Facebook and the Jewel Loom YouTubes.
All right. And if I was streaming to my usual Eileen Hull Designs at my YouTubes. So if anybody wants to watch the replay, go ahead over, watch them wherever you want, leave your comments. If you have any questions, I'm going to be collecting them and writing them down for Jules. So just let me know if you have questions, or if you have, you know, like, could you use this or could you use that? If you don't experiment yourself in the meantime, just, you know, bring it to this forum and we can explore that all together. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. Thank you.
Yay.
For
Yay.
And
I love our communities. I just love them so much.
It's so nice to have it together. And thank you, Robert, for coming. And thanks for making such a great tool for us all to play with. Really fun.
Thank Sheldon for his blessings.
Yes, yes, for sure.
And thank you, Joan, for showing up. I know it's hubby day, so we appreciate you.
Joan. And good seeing everybody. Have a great weekend. And I'll be back on Tuesday. Juliana, when do you do your lives? Do you do...
So we normally go live on Thursdays. And this has been amazing. Joan's probably happy to see all the improvements in my community. I'm sure is. This next week I won't be on. We'll probably get back ramped up in July, but I just have moving parts personally that have to still be taken care of, you know, so
life. Yeah.
Normally Thursdays at 4:00, there's some sort of video that goes up.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we hope that you subscribe to both our channels and keep an eye out. And, we'll be back. All right. Make sure you have notifications clicked. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yes. Yeah. And share the love.
Yeah, share. That would be nice. And like it. Yeah. Do all of it.
And all share and subscribe.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend, and we will be back soon. Okay. See ya.